no one's asking why. The world keeps spinning, no one seems to care. Lost in the noise, a silent prayer. Does anyone out there even hear the cry? I'm just a voice in the wind, but I'll keep on screaming, 'cause someone's missing. I won't stop dreaming.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are having an excellent morning already. Hi, Molly, Wisdom, Nancy. Who else we see? I think that, second coming. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. Leslie and Billy. There's Tater, Poncho, Abigail. All right, guys. I tried to just, good morning, Fox. Hi, Mikey. Okay, let's just jump right on in here then. All right. We have Samuel. He went missing from Fairfield, California, and he has tattoos. He was last seen in Cordelia with someone asking for help. He drives a red Dodge Durango. He's 40 years old, 5'6", and 160 pounds. If you have any information about him or where he could be, contact Solano County Police at 707-784-7000. Next, we have Jerry Wilkins. Jerry Wilkins was last seen leaving home on Friday, January 3rd, 2025, around 10:30 a.m. to get a haircut, but he has never returned. He did not bring his medication or his cell phone with him. He is driving a white Yukon XL with a black front bumper and a personalized University of Alabama license plate. That license plate reads PLSA or PLYSAX. Wow, I'm a stutter today. Willie Chamberlain. Willie Chamberlain's missing from Memphis, Tennessee. He was last seen December 24th, 2024. He's 24 years old, 6'1", 160 pounds. Willie was last seen around 2 p.m. near Kirby Parkway and Mount Moriah in Memphis, Tennessee. Since then, family and friends have not heard from him or seen him. He has also not shown up for work, which is unusual for him. As you can see here, he's 24 years old, 6'1", 160 pounds. If you have any information about Willie, please contact the Memphis Police Department at 901-545-2677. Rachel was found safe. Mandy is missing from Pennsylvania. It was alleged she was meeting an individual at a location in Pennsylvania. Mandy Weiser has not been seen since. Here, she's 39 years old. Looks like she weighs 175 pounds and is 5'5". We have Cynthia Sword. Cynthia is 17 years old. Cynthia was last seen on January 8th, 2025. That's really all the information I have on her. I'm not sure if they'll put more out later or not. But if you have any information on Cynthia, please contact the Phoenix Police Department at 602-262-6151. Haley at Hay is missing from Washington. She's 5'6", 130 pounds. She was last heard from in late November, early December of 2024. She could possibly be in Longview, Kelso, Castle Rock, Vancouver, or Olympia, Washington. Is the sound okay, guys? Am I going in and out? Okay. Found safe. Found. Wonderful. We have Barbara Blunt. Barbara Blunt was last heard last heard from on May 2nd, 2008 at 11:30 a.m. during a phone conversation with a neighbor at her home in Livingston Parish, Louisiana. She mentioned cleaning her kitchen cabinets but was never heard from again. When her nephew checked her house later that day, he found the front door open, windows were open, and her phone on the floor with the battery removed. The kitchen was disorganized, but valuables remained untouched, indicating no robbery. Her silver 2006 Toyota Camry was found abandoned about a quarter of a mile from her home, with the car keys half buried in the gravel nearby. Hmm. A witness reported seeing a woman matching Barbara's description near the car, with a man and a white pickup truck nearby. The witness, concerned by Barbara's frightened expression, called Crime Stoppers. Barbara, a widow who lived alone, regularly kept in touch with her family, making her disappearance highly out of character. Foul play is suspected, but the case remains unsolved. If you have any information about Barbara, please contact the Livingston Parish office at 225-686-2241. If I can move that right on out of the way here. Found. I love the found ones. Oh, this is great. Lots of found today. We have Michael. Michael's missing from New York. He's 25 years old, 6'3", 190 pounds. It says he was last seen in West Islip, New York on June 18th, 2010, after leaving for a blind date with a woman he met through an online dating site. He never returned and has not been heard from since. His pit bull Romeo disappeared with him, along with the dog's food and water bowls. A week later, authorities discovered his black 2004 Volkswagen Jetta in Eltmont, New York, with the engine still running. There were no signs of him at the scene and no evidence of foul play. His disappearance is out of character. He was known to stay in touch with his family, and his loved ones are deeply concerned for his well-being. The case remains unsolved and little evidence is available. As you can see, he's 25 years old, 6'3", weighed 190 pounds. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 631-852-6000. Bonita. Bonita is missing from New York. I will try to read this. My glasses are, I think they come in tomorrow, so bear with me. It looks like Bonita was with her boyfriend Mitchell Weiser. They disappeared on July 27th, 1973, while hitchhiking to the Summer Jam concert in Glen, New York. Excuse me. In Glen, New York, that they drew hundreds and thousands of attendees. Bonita, who was working at Camp Melmart in this time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this one, guys. I just can't read that until tomorrow when I get my glasses. Michael. Michael and his girlfriend Benita. So okay, so the one just before this goes these two go together. So this one being Benita, and then I guess this over here would be the boyfriend. So Mitchell was missing in New York, July 27th, 1973. At the time, he was 16 years old. He's 5'7", 140 pounds. It looks like him and his girlfriend disappeared on July 27th, 1973, while hitchhiking to the summer concert. He is a photography assistant in Coney Island. Took time off work to meet Benita at her summer job in New York. They set off for the concert 75 miles away with backpacks, sleeping bags, a cardboard sign reading Watkins Glen. The couple reportedly had $25 between them. The last confirmed sighting was by a truck driver who gave them a ride along State 97, around Route 97. It's unknown if they ever reached the concert and were never heard or seen from again. The case remains unsolved and key evidence, including their dental records, were lost. Authorities have since acknowledged errors in their investigation. If you have any information, please contact Sullivan County Sheriff's Office at 845-794-7100. And he has been found safe. This is Kenny. Kenny was last seen on Patterson Road near Glasgow, Illinois. He is 54 years old, 6 foot tall, 6 foot 156 pounds. If you have any information about Kenny, please contact the Greene County Sheriff at 217-942-6901. Another found safe. Great. Catherine Stonewall. Catherine was stopped Catherine was stopped by police for a traffic violation and issued a citation. It is unclear if anyone else was with her at the time. Since then, family and friends have not heard from her at all, raising serious concerns. On January 6th, 2025, someone attempted to contact Catherine's daughter using Catherine's Facebook account. However, the account was deleted without a trace 12 hours later. Family and friends are extremely worried about her safety and well being, fearing she could be in danger. If you have any information about Catherine Stonewall, please contact the Pacifica Police Department at 650-738-7314. We have Ray. They also call him Larry. Larry did not have a fixed residence and was staying with various family members and friends. On February 26th of 23, after an argument with a friend, he left to stay in the shed of another friend. While there, he mentioned his plans to assist unidentified homeless individuals in setting up a camp at an unspecified location along the river. As you can see here, he is 53 years old, 5'7", 115 pounds. If you have any information, contact the Allegheny County Police 301-777-0326. Then we have Eric Fisher. Eric is missing from Illinois. Last known contact on January 8th, 23. He sent a text message with a suicidal threat. 2 hours prior to his text message being received, Eric was found on surveillance video at Walmart, but he was purchasing a bicycle, an air pump, a backpack, deodorant, and he rode that bicycle north of the parking lot. Multiple attempts have been made to locate Eric, and none of them have been successful. As you can see here, he is 39 years old, 5'11", 170 pounds. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 309-997-0404. Here's Casey. Casey Doobie is missing from Nevada. She's 21 years old, 5'7", 160 pounds. It says she was last seen in Fallon, Nevada on December. She was wearing a black cardigan, short sleeve gray t-shirt, black leggings, cow pattern Vans, and a silver infinity symbol necklace with a blue sapphire. If you have any information about Casey, please contact the Fallon Police Department at 775-423-2111. We have Donald McMullen. Donald McMullen is missing from Amarillo, Texas. Last seen January 11th, 2003. Excuse me, let me get a drink real quick. Okay. On that day, Jones drove from Oklahoma to pick up her son Donald Okie McCullen at the Salvation Army in Amarillo, and hadn't heard from them in a couple days. When she arrived, McMullen was nowhere to be found. A roommate reported that McMullen mentioned he was back headed to Oklahoma, but he has never been seen or heard from since. If you have any information about Donald, please contact their police department at 806-378-6468. We have Dustin. Dustin here was 38 years old at the time of his disappearance, 5'6", 135 pounds. He was traveling home when he was involved in a single car accident, hitting a tree head on. A witness in the area reported seeing him stumble off into the woods afterwards. He was familiar with the area and could have navigated through the woods to reach home if necessary. Rescue teams searched tirelessly for days, covering both ground and water, but he was never to be found. He left everything important behind in that car, and that included his wallet, his phone, everything before fleeing on foot. His family believes someone may have picked him up, given his how close he was to his home. Just a couple of miles away, he could have made it back on his own unless he was injured worse from this accident. If you have any information about Dustin, please reach out to DeSoto County Police at 662-469-8027. Carla's been found safe. We have Cassie. I don't know if it's Casey or Cassie, but I'm gonna go with Cassie. She's missing from South Carolina. It looks like she was last seen July 5th, 2020 in Greenville, South Carolina. She had been staying with her parents, the parents of her friend Nathan Brown. The weekend Pogue showed signs of distress leading to two hospitalizations. On July 4th, she was admitted to the hospital but discharged later on that day and picked up by Brown. On July 5th, a neighbor saw Pogue attempting to climb out of a window at the Browns' residence using a bed sheet. Ooh, this is bad. Later found bruised and bleeding, she was taken by ambulance to Greenville Memorial, where she appeared to be hallucinating. After her discharge that evening, surveillance footage has captured her leaving the hospital on foot. She has just briefly spoke to the driver of a blue van before walking toward Doctor's Drive and out of view. She has not been seen since. Initially, Brown had told police that he did not know where Pogue's phone was. However, his mother later informed authorities that they had the phone. Brown admitted he had lied, explaining that he wanted to hide photos on the phone showing them smoking marijuana. He and his mother subsequently turned the phone over to the police. Ugh. So again, here she is 40 years old, 5'6", 100 pounds, and has been missing since July 5th of 2020. If you have any information about Cassie, please contact the Greenville Police Department, 864-271-5333. We have Joshua. Joshua is missing from Washington. He's 41 years old. He's 5'8", weighs 190 pounds. In the late summer of 2019, Joshua left his father's home in Tacoma, Washington, and headed to Port Angeles, Washington. During his time in Port Angeles, Joshua met a woman, and things began to take a strange turn. The last known communication from Joshua occurred on October 6, 2019, when he left a voicemail for his father stating that he had given his car away and all of his other possessions. On October 10th, Joshua was last seen by park rangers in Olympia National Park, walking barefoot. The rangers gave him a ride and dropped him off at the Shadow Mountain General Store, where they observed him walking away on foot. This marks the last confirmed sighting of Joshua. Earlier in October, his mother deposited money into a bank account after he expressed a desire to assist the woman that he had met. She has not heard from him since that day. Following his disappearance, his belongings were found in the possession of a woman. She claimed that he was on a journey of self-discovery and would return home when he's ready. Again, if you have any information about Joshua, please contact their police department at 360-452-4545. Here's Clayton, and it says that he has special needs. He's missing from Bowling Green, Kentucky. He was last seen January 15th, 2014. 15 years old, 5'11", 160 pounds. If you could look there, he has an age progressed photo. And please take a look, see if he may look familiar to you at all. You never know. You may know him. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 270-393-4244. We have Rodney Scott. Rodney's also missing from Bowling Green, Kentucky. He's been missing since January 15th, 2014. 13 years old, 5'4", 120 pounds. It says authorities believe he left voluntarily with another boy, Clayton McCarter. While both were staying at the Potter Children's Home, the two were last seen on the 300th block of Chestnut Street. It's possible that Clayton and Rodney are still together. either in the local area or near Knoxville, where Rodney has family. There are limited details available regarding their disappearance. If you have any information, please contact that police department at 270-393-4244. Eric has been found. Found. Excellent. Great. I'm so glad so many have been found. I like this. Okay, then we have Eugenia. Eugenia Harris Cooley was last seen on December 21st walking out of her apartment complex on Meadow Drive. Surveillance footage captured Let me start over here. Surveillance footage captured an image of her leaving her apartment that day. Upon investigation, her apartment door was found unlocked and her keys and wallet were left in her room. But there's no sign of Cooley. As you can see here, she is 47 years old, 5'7". She's been missing since December 20th, 2024. If you have any information about Eugenia, please contact their police department at 606-564-9411. Found safe. Found. Here's Naya. Naya Newton is missing from Longview, Texas. She's 21 years old. She's 5'2". She weighs 90 pounds. She was last seen January 10th, 2025. Looks like Naya Newton was last seen at the 4800th block of Tanglewood Road wearing a brown shirt, black and white checkered pajama pants. If you have any information about her, please contact their police department at 903-237-1199. Then we have I'm going to say Newsome because I know I'm going to bugger up her name, and I apologize right away. No disrespect. I just don't think I'll get her name right. So Newsome has been missing since January 6th, 2025. She's 16 years old, 5'4", 132 pounds. Says, please be on the lookout for 16-year-old Newsome. She's described as a black female with brown eyes, long black hair, and is approximately 5'4" in height, weighing 132 pounds. The clothing description is a gray puffer jacket, silver bonnet, and sweatpants. And she was last seen in the area of Church Road and Getwell Road. If you have any information, please contact the South Haven Police Department at 662-393-8652. Crystal has been found. Oh, goodness. Look how cute. Here's Georgiana. She's missing from Compton, California. Last seen November 18th of 24 at 3 years old. She is listed as a missing child by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. It's believed she could be with her father. No additional information is given in this case. If you think you may see her, just please call their police department 310-605-6500, and I probably wouldn't approach if you do see her. Here's Charles. Prior to his disappearance, Tolliver lived with Ernie Luhier. Eventually, they had moved out of the house he shared with Tolliver and into one of the houses they owned across the street. He quit-claimed his interest to the old house to Tolliver, who sold it to Edward for $45,000. Then he moved in with McKimsey in Clinton, Tennessee in 1999. Tolliver's parents went to Clinton to check on him on February 6th of 2000 after he told them that their son had been in a violent argument with McGimsey that left holes in the wall and many bloodstains. When they arrived at that residence, Tolliver's parents found no holes in the wall, no bloodstains, and no other signs of any kind of fight or struggle. There was no indication of his whereabouts. However, he left all his clothes, his belongings behind, except for his dog. He said Tolliver had left on February 4th to see friends in Atlanta, Georgia. He said he dropped Tolliver off at the first rest area on Interstate 75 at the Tennessee-Georgia border, and his Atlanta friends were supposed to pick him up there. As you can see here, he's 30 years old at the time of his disappearance, 5'8", 140 pounds, last seen February 4th of 2000. If you have any information, please contact the Anderson County Sheriff's Department at 865-457-6255. Next, we have Loosely. Loosely's missing from Miami, Florida. Last seen June 1st, 2007. 23 years old, 4 foot 11 and 100 pounds. It says that Loosely, who was 23 years old at the time of her disappearance, was last seen in 2007 in Florida. According to her boyfriend, Christian Pacheco, the two had a disagreement and she walked out of their apartment on the 7600th block of Southwest 82nd Street, approximately at 2 a.m. She was only wearing her nightgown, no shoes. She left behind her cell phone and her purse. She's not been seen or heard from since. She was reported missing within 24 hours and stating that before contacting the authorities, he spent several hours searching the neighborhood for her. Hmm. At the time of her disappearance, uh, Araburo did not have a vehicle and relied on public transportation. Her family expressed that it was very uncharacteristic of her to leave without notice and didn't take anything with her. Again, she is 4 foot 11, 100 pounds. She was 23 at the time of the disappearance. Last seen June 1st, 2007. You think you know Loosely? Please contact the Miami-Dade Police Department at 305-876-7373. Next, we have Travis. Travis Robertson is missing from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Last seen February 28th, 2006. He was 23 years old at the time of the disappearance, 6 foot 1 and 170 pounds. Robertson was last seen on Dickinson Street in downtown Fayetteville, Arkansas, where he was celebrating Mardi Gras with friends. At some point during the evening, Robertson even began feeling unwell. His friends advised him to return to the vehicle and wait for them there. However, when his friends arrived at the vehicle, he was no longer there. He has not been seen or heard from since. At the time of the disappearance, he had scheduled to testify in a federal narcotics trial. Ugh. His family reported that he had expressed concerns about his safety, stating, "If I don't show up to court, you're going to have to worry about me." His subsequent disappearance has raised concerns that this may be related into this role and that his role as a witness in this trial could be why he is missing. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 479-524-4118. There's Miguel. Miguel's missing from Maine. He was 24 years old at the time of his disappearance, which was September 3rd, 2006. He is 5 foot 11 and he weighs 170 pounds. It looks like on August 31st, 2006, his ex-girlfriend sent him money to take a bus to Portland, Maine to visit her. He was last seen there at her workplace, the Platinum Plus nightclub on Riverside Street, which has since closed. Witnesses report that Oliveira was asked to leave the establishment and he complied without any incident. He was last observed on security footage in the parking lot at approximately 1 a.m., accompanied by an unidentified Caucasian male. Ol- Oliveras is a father of two and known for maintaining daily contact with his mother. His family and his loved one described him as his disappearance as highly unusual. If you have any information about Miguel, please get a hold of the Portland Police Department at 207-874-8479. Let me take a look over here in chat, see if I'm missing anything. You guys good over there? Maybe? Sound okay still? Okay, so we got Leah. Leah's missing from New Mexico. She is 5 foot 4, 23 years old, and 105 pounds. She's originally from Fort Worth, Texas, relocated to Albuquerque, New Mexico on May 5th, 2006. Um, she was staying temporarily with friends in the 2100th block of Herbe Street Northeast when she disappeared on May 22nd of '06. That evening, She left her temporary home to meet a man she had left her temp she left her temporary home to meet a man she had recently met on the Flying Star Cafe, where she was set to be working the next week. Sorry, guys. She never returned and her vehicle was never found abandoned. Subsequent reports suggested that Pebbles was last seen in Albuquerque going by the name Mia and reportedly working as a prostitute for a man named AJ. Investigators questioned the man, but could not find any evidence to link him to Peebles. And Peebles' father made several attempts to Albuquerque as well as Texas and Colorado, Arizona, and Nevada in search of her. The last credible sighting was in fall of 2006, leading her father to suspect that she may have been sold to a pimp in another city. Ooh. Peebles' father was killed in an accident in South Dakota in 2013, and in his obituary, Peebles is listed as having survived him. Her case remains unsolved. If you have any information, please contact the Albuquerque Police Department at 505 768 2020. Yeah, that one was rough. Wow. Mm. Molly has been found. We have Chloe. Chloe's missing from Unionville, Tennessee. Chloe's adorable here. She was 9 years old when she went missing, 4'8", 75 pounds. She has an age progressed photo. If you could take a look at that, you may know her. You may see her out. I don't see a lot of information over on the side. I know that it's Chloe and her half brother Christopher were last seen on September 23rd, 2012. The children resided with their grandparents, Leon Bubba McLean and Molly McClarm, in the 700th block of Kingman Road. Later that night, at approximately 9:30 a.m., a devastating fire engulfed in their home, completely destroying the property and tragically claiming the lives of her grandparents. Oh. Despite a thorough search of the wreckage, authorities found no trace of Chloe or Christopher, nor the remains of the family's pets, a miniature poodle and a cockatoo. The case of the fire remains undetermined, although the county sheriff initially suggested it was likely accidental and there's no evidence of an explosion. Initially, authorities believe that Chloe and Christopher may have died in the fire. However, forensic anthropologists who examined the scene found no evidence to support that conclusion. Wow, okay. If you have any information about Chloe, please contact the Bedford County Sheriff's Department at 931-684-3232. Next, we have Christopher Gage Daniel. Christopher is missing from Unionville, Tennessee, last seen September 23rd, 2012. He was 7 years old at the time, 4 foot tall, and 50 pounds. You look, he has an age progressed photo. Please take a good look. You never know. You may actually know him. And I'm assuming with this right here, this one will go with the one right before. I won't go back into those details. That was pretty sad there. We got Frida. Frida's missing from Bakersfield, California. She's 15 years old, 5'7", 140 pounds. It says she was last seen on January 8th at the 2200th block of Quincy Street at East Bakersfield High School. If you have any information about Frida, please contact the Bakersfield Police Department at 661-327-7111. Found safe. Safe. Oh, okay. Don't know where that came from, but we'll try this again. Oh, I know that can't be right. There we go. We have try this again. All right, let's go to. Well, guys, I'm sorry. I had this all going here, and now look, it don't mess me up. Okay, this is the one I was after. Okay, so you have Leon. He's missing from Springfield, Missouri. He was last seen on April 17th, 2022, walking near walking near Stick It in Your Ear, a vinyl music store in Springfield, Missouri. He had left his home on April 15th and has not been heard from or returned home since. Few details are available about his disappearance. He has brown hair, blue eyes, and several distinctive physical features, including his front teeth that are slightly ground round, gauged, pierced, gauged piercings in his earlobes, and a septum piercing. He has multiple tattoos, a large cow skull with roses coming out of its eye sockets. Oh, well, he has multiple tattoos, a large cow skull with roses coming out of its eye sockets on his chest, with the words 1 million dead gods on his ribs. A design featuring an apple, seven eyes, and a snake on his left shoulder, an abstract deception of a human figure on the inside of his forearm, and a bird like creature on the outside of his right wrist. If you have any information about Ian, you can contact the Springfield Police Department at 417-864-1810. I think I went through, oh, here's Colt. I think I went through Colt. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and get back over here. I don't know if I missed one. Yeah, I think I missed. Yeah, I missed her. Nancy O'Sullivan was last seen on March 7th, 1974, in South Holland, Illinois. She's believed to be a victim of foul play. She was 15 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'4", 115 pounds. If you think you have any information about Nancy, or if you look at her age progressed photo here, you may also know her or see her. You contact their police department at 708-206-3427. Amy is missing from Florida, 17 years old, Coconut Grove, Florida. She is 5'5", 110 pounds, 17 years old. Says Amy Billing was last seen hitchhiking near her home in Coconut Grove, California. She has a scar on her abdomen. She's described as having brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, please contact the Miami Police Department at 305-603-6640. We went through his. I think that's it. No, Molly Miller. Molly Miller is missing from Wilson, Oklahoma. She's been missing since July 8th, 2013. Molly Miller and Colt Hayes disappeared in Oklahoma on January 8th, 2013. The night before, they were passengers in a 2012 Honda Accord driven by 21 years old James Con Nip at 10:30 p.m. Nip, who was driving the vehicle, fled from the police during a traffic stop, leading to a high speed chase that reached speeds up to 120 miles per hour and ended near Long Hollow Road in Love County. Around 12:47 a.m., Molly made multiple 911 calls, all of which were dropped. Not one was dispatched to the area to investigate the calls. Nice. Colt called friends claiming he was injured, coughing up blood, and unable to move, and there was a creek bed nearby, Long Hollow and Pike Roads. Despite searching the area, Colt's friends could not locate him. Molly also made several calls to loved ones saying that she was stranded in a field. Her phone was pinged off a tower between Pike and Long Hollow Roads. Nip was convicted of eluding police and sentenced to 10 years in prison. He served 4 of the 10 years and was released in 2018. If you have any information, please contact the Bureau of Indian Affairs at 833-560-2065. Collie was last seen at 9:30 p.m. on May 26, 2013, after dropping his brother off at his job, Corpse in Oklahoma. He mentioned he He mentioned wanting to get home to rest before the work week began. Collie lived near 59th and Sunny Lane in Del City, Oklahoma, but never made it home and was never seen or heard from since. Coley was driving an orange 2007 Dodge Nitro at that time. On June 6, 2013, the vehicle was discovered abandoned and out of gas near Mount Hood in Hood River County, Oregon. The car was located near the Zigzag Trailhead, backed up to an embankment of Highway 35. Inside were Colley's laptop, his clothing, passport, and car keys. The front license plate had been removed and was found behind a seat. The search of the vicinity turned up no indication of his whereabouts, and this case still goes unsolved. If you have any information, please contact the Gulf Breeze Police Department at 405 282 3535. Next, we have Reba McCoy. Reba McCoy has been missing from from Columbus, Ohio. Last seen March 28th, 1999. 32 years old, 5'2". She was 110 pounds at the time of her disappearance. Says Reba Dawn McCoy was last seen by family in March of '99 in Columbus, Ohio. She may have been on her way to New York. Her maiden name is Reba Williams. She has a tattoo on her upper left arm and is described to have brown hair and green eyes. If you have any information about Reba, please contact the says Ohio Bureau of Criminal at 740-845-2419. We have Donald. Donald Simmons Jr. is missing from Lebanon, Oregon. Last seen June 20th, 2024. 50 years old, 5'10", 200 pounds. The last contact with Donald Leroy Simmons Jr. was on June 20th, 2024, just right after 8 p.m. He texted family to say he would be getting his haircut. His van and belongings were located at the 3200th block of Berlin Road in Lebanon. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a dark colored t shirt with white graphics on the front, a baseball cap, and work boots. He is described to have brown and gray hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Donald Simmons, please contact the Lebanon Police Department at 541-268-4318. Alyssa found safe. Annalisa is missing from Springfield. She's 16 years old, 4'11", 90 pounds. She was last seen leaving Bay State Medical Center on January 26th. She may be in the Kimberly Avenue, Wayne Street, and West Alvord Street area. She has an A tattooed on her hand. If you have any information, please contact the Springfield Police Department at 787-6300. I'll repeat that number since I messed it up. 413-787-6300. Martin sisters were found. Huckleberry was found. Okay, Colson. Colson's missing from Georgia. Last seen January 2025. She's 16 years old, 5'6", 140 pounds. She's missing from Georgia. Last seen wearing gray jumpsuit with South Gwinnett Swim Team written on it. She has brown eyes, brown hair. She wears her hair long and in twisted braids. She has a nose piercing, a birthmark on her left foot, and a scar on her right knee. If you have any information about Colson, please contact their police department at 770-513-5000. We have Williamson. Kimberly Williamson is missing from Flint, Michigan. Last seen October 28th, 2024. Kimberly Sue Williamson was last seen at the McLaurin Hospital in Flint, Michigan. She is a double amputee with both legs. Please, if you see Kimberly, or if you don't approach, just get a hold of their City of Flint police at 810-237-6951. Please take a close look at her. She has missing both legs, so please take a good look. I'm sure she's very scared. Next, we have Sadie. Sadie is missing from Chicago, Illinois. Last seen January 27th, 2025. She is 15 years old, 5'1", and weighs 150 pounds. Sadie and her 9-month-old daughter, Abigail, were last seen at 9:30 a.m. on January 27th. They were last seen on the 2800th block of Carmack in Chicago, Illinois. Sadly, Sadie was last seen wearing black jogging pants and a pink blouse. If you have any information about Sadie, please contact the Chicago Police Department at 312-746-8251. Then we have Gregory Brown. Gregory Brown is missing from Little Rock, Arkansas. He's 39 years old, 5'9", weighs 180 pounds. He was last seen January of this year. Gregory Brown was last known to be in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's all the information I have on this one, except for if you do think you see him, please contact the Little Rock Police Department at 501-404-3016. We have Kevin Spencer. He is missing from Chicago, Illinois. Last seen January 25th, 25. He is 34 years old, 5'11". He weighs 160 pounds. Kevin Spencer was last seen on the 400th block of Oakdale Avenue in Chicago. He is described to have brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Kevin Spencer, please contact the Chicago Police Department at 312-744-8266. We have here Mr. Hill Millbrook here. He's missing from Memphis, Tennessee. He was last seen January 27th, 2025, 16 years old. He's 5'7" and he weighs 120 pounds. It looks like Millbrook was last seen on the 200th block of Vance in Memphis. He was last seen wearing a black jacket, white shirt, and black pants. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 901-636-4479. Next, we have Mershon. I'm sorry, I know I messed that up. Last seen January 21st, 2025, 14 years old, 5'9", 145 pounds. He was he frequent the Eagleston Square area. He is described as having black hair and brown eyes. Again, 14 years old, 5'9", 145 pounds. Please contact the Boston Police. Oh, did you hear that? Boston. Contact the Boston Boston Police Department at 617-343-4566. Next, we have Joseph. Joseph is missing from Birmingham, Alabama. He is 33 years old, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. He was last seen in the parking lot of St. Vincent East Hospital on March 18th and 21 in Birmingham, Alabama. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a light blue shirt, and tennis shoes. He is described to have brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about Joseph, please contact the Birmingham Police Department at 205-297-8413. Here's Heaven McGee. Heaven McGee is missing from Stockton, California. She's 20 years old, 5'4", 130 pounds, and was last seen January 20th of this year. It says the Stockton Police Department is currently investigating the disappearance of Heaven McGee, who was last seen on January 20th, 2025, at a truck stop in Stockton, California. She's described as having brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information about Heaven, please contact the Stockton Police Department at 203-937-8377. We have Brenda Davidson. She's missing from Virginia. She's last seen on March 4th, 1974, at 13 years old, 5'6", and 150 pounds. Brenda Sue Davidson was last seen on March 4th in the Woodbridge, Virginia area. She was wearing a denim jacket with a fur collar and boots. If you have any information, please contact the Prince William County Police at 703-792-6500. And save. Peggy Reed is missing from California, age 15, 5'2", 110 pounds. I think I may have already went over her, but I'm going to do it again. Peggy Ann Reed was last seen on March 28th in 74 in Santa Rosa, California. She was last seen wearing a male styled shirt, brown dress slacks, dark navy, blue men's windbreaker, tan shoes, and metal framed round glasses. She was born with a stork bite birthmark, also described as a red mark within her hairline, located on the back of her head. She is described to have brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 707-565-2569. We have Patricia. Patricia's missing from Grove City, Pennsylvania, last seen October 26, 1973. She was 17 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5 foot tall, 98 pounds. Please take a good look at her age progressed photo. It says Patricia was last seen on October 26, 1973, in the company of friends at the Barkeyville truck stop in Pennsylvania. The truck stop is located off the Interstate 80, just east of Interstate 79. She was dropped off with a known male at that residence in an area located just outside of Grove City, Pennsylvania, commonly known as Hallville. It was late, likely after midnight. This is the last time that she was ever seen or heard from since. She was wearing blue jeans. If you have any information, please contact their police department at 724-662-6162. Next, I think we did Barbara yesterday. Okay, here's Kim. Kim is missing from Los Angeles, California, last seen September 30th, 1973. She was 13 years old at the time of her disappearance, 5'3", 125 pounds. It looks like she was last seen in Los Angeles on September 30th, 73, wearing white corduroy bell-bottom pants, a powder blue knitted pullover type blouse, multicolored Oxford shoes, and a multi-stone turquoise silver pendant. She has scars on both wrists and brown hair and blue eyes. Do you have any information about Kim? Please contact their police department at 310-285-1491. All right, guys. Any questions? Now I can look at chat. Sorry, guys. When I'm reading those off, I just can't keep up with chat. Hey, AR. Good to see you this morning. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Lisa, thank you. Dago, Fox, Wisdom, Barb, Brutally Honest. Thanks, guys. James Tate, Peggy. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much. If you would do me a favor and just hit the like and maybe share this out if you can. And I will just get this over with. And I think Dago will go live soon right after me. But I hope each and every one of you have an amazing day.
Does anyone understand? Does anyone lend a hand? When the silence starts to bite, will you join me in this fight? Can you see them in your dreams? Can you hear their desperate screams? A heartbeat lost in the night. Oh, will you help me be their voice? In the darkness let's rejoice, 'cause together we can shine the light. We'll raise our hands, we'll raise our hearts. Let's make a stand, let's tear apart the chains that bind, that